What's going on?
This is our house.
Hey, this is private property.
Dude, this is our house.
This is private
Just
property.
woke up, man.
You can't be in here.
I just woke up.
Hey,
Now.
I just woke up, man.
hey.
Welcome to First Person Defender, where regular people come face to face with unknown attackers.
Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop the gun! Come out with me! Drop the gun!
And fight their way out. This is First Person Defender.
Gibbs a contractor, so we've brought him to a vacant building that needs renovation. But who's inside and how many of them are there? Let's find out right now on First Person Defender.
These force-on-force scenarios use training guns that fire non-lethal projectiles.
My name is Gibb. I'm from Northern Ohio. I'm a contractor and been a gun enthusiast most of my life. When I was younger, I liked to shoot .22s at Boy Scout camp. About a year ago, I took my first classes and really found out how much I didn't know.
I'm excited to have Gibb here today. He's a friend of mine. He's been training with me for a while, and he's been going to other classes. He hasn't done a lot of force-on-force, so this is going to be a great experience for him.
I've been carrying a gun for 16 or 17 years now. I have had to pull it once, and it was actually in my own home. I had some people come to my apartment I used to live in, and they're just pounding on the door. Somebody on my my porch started to open the sliding glass door, and I grabbed my pistol and confronted him.
Gibb talked a little bit about his everyday carry. We call that EDC. He carries a gun. If it's low capacity, he carries a spare mag. He always has a knife and the will to survive, but he doesn't always carry a flashlight. Well, he's going to need a flashlight for this scenario.
Honestly, I'm just keeping an open mind. I cannot even imagine what could possibly happen. I've watched enough episodes to see that it just runs the gamut, so it could be anything. I'm just keeping an open mind.
These huge doors, they got to be worth something, right?
Gibb works in construction. He's overseeing a project when an unexpected attack occurs. Is he prepared for a veiled assailant?
Yeah, watch out for these holes. There's drains everywhere.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I think some of it is coming from the roof. I just got hit.
Yet there is water everywhere still. So this is the hallway that runs all the way back. You can go.
That's a lot of water. Now, it makes sense. There's a door right there.
Yeah, well, this door goes to the outside, that door goes to the outside, and then back in that hallway there, I think that goes outside also.
Yeah.
I don't know what you can. Hey!
Hey, what's going on?
What are y'all doing here? This is our house.
Hey, this is
Looking at the
private
building.
property.
Dude, this is our house.
This is private
Just
property.
woke up, man.
You can't be in here.
I just woke up.
Hey,
Now.
I just woke up, man.
hey, stay
just
away
woke
from
up.
us. Holy dude had a knife.
Yeah, he did. Hey, why don't you call 911? Get somebody out here.
Are you okay? I
Yeah,
saw
I'm
you run
fine.
into that door.
Hey,
What the hell, man?
Hey,
Kev! Oh, shit.
Stay back, stay back,
Oh,
stay back.
Dude, what are y'all
Hey, we're
doing here,
calling
man? This is our
911.
place. Dude, are you okay?
Don't
Holy
come near me. Don't come near me.
Chris,
Who
get over
did
here.
this, man?
Get over here. Stay where you're at. Don't touch the knife.
What the f?
Stand back.
Holy shit.
All right, let's get out of here, man.
Index! 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 Kim, you look pretty hot and sweaty. What happened?
Well, we're looking at a building, seeing what needs to be done, whether we can save it, whether we can't. Real typical thing I see too, where we come into these buildings and there's all kinds of unlit rooms and you don't know what's going on. And we came across what appeared to be a homeless guy. Crashed out. He came out. Didn't seem terribly violent or unhappy. He wasn't happy that we're there, but you know, he pulled a knife and started charging us. Shortly after that, his buddy came out of the room and wanted to know what was going on, and was probably about in the same condition he was in when they first came out. So
When did you pick up on that the first bad guy was a threat?
it was pretty obvious once he started reaching. There was something there. Nobody does that for no reason. I started maybe prepping my shirt a little bit, or thinking
Still had the
about
flashlight in your hand.
Yeah, I wanted to have at least something to get in his eyes at the very least.
Cool.
But as soon as he started to turn, that's when I went for it. I knew there were no options. I needed to create distance. I needed to get shots off fast. And, you know, honestly, my goal was to get shots off and go out the door.
We're gonna do some training. I'm gonna give you a few different options to handle this. You ready for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
The Springfield Armory Hellcat is a micro-compact holding plenty of 9mm and a really nice shooting gun. Now they have 15-round magazines for it, 15 rounds of 9. We like more ammo. We appreciate Springfield Armory's support.
All right, Gib, we're back at the scene of the crime. There's a couple things we need to talk about, because there's some things that you did really, really well and things that you could do better.
Yeah.
Always, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all could. One of the things that I think everybody at home needs to know is that I did hear you say, Chris, get over here.
Yeah.
You said, Chris, come with me. All right? It was great that you had presence of mind to think about the people you were with.
Yeah.
And try to make them safe.
Yeah.
And people need to know that. They may not pick it up watching that initial,
Yeah, 100%.
confrontation. All right, so the other thing is we have to address closing that distance. And I have to address it this way, okay? Because people at home need to know. Are you a cop?
No.
Okay. The bad guy's down on the ground, the knife is close to him, right?
Yeah.
Do I need to address the knife at all?
Not necessarily.
Not at all. I don't need to address it at all. The people at home watching need to understand that you do not have to go up on a guy that's down. So the other thing is, in first-person defender, we see a lot of people backpedal. Mm-hmm. And when you backpedaled, what happened?
I ran straight into something.
Yeah, that freaking wicked door right there. And I'm glad you're okay. People have a tendency to backpedal. Keeping presence of mind is super important. If we're gonna move, we wanna move towards cover, if there's cover. And when we get a chance to move on angles, it's always a little bit better. So Kevin's coming at me. I'm still gonna, hey man, what are you doing? He's got his hands. Man, he had a hard time stopping. Hey,
Yeah.
Kevin, did you not have a hard time stopping before you hit that wall
yeah.
to change direction?
Yeah, that's what slowed me down.
Right, and I got a little more distance. So we're in here. We say, hey, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be. I actually came a little closer because I was like,
Yeah.
hey, you're not even allowed in here.
This is
You know, and his hand went behind. Hard to change directions, isn't it?
Yes, very hard to change directions.
So these are just thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay?
They make a lot of sense.
Now that's cover to me. Getting
Yeah.
away behind that wall, that's cover. Going this way, that's cover as well, but we know it's dark and it's
Yeah, it's
slippery.
not a great
and it's
spot.
always fun to go into the light and not the dark.
Yeah.
So don't close the distance because you don't want to get into a fight over a gun. Mm-hmm. There's no need to close the distance because it's only a knife, and if he picks it up and reanimates, we don't care. And number three, if we can move on that angle, if we can change directions. Now, if there was a wall there, it would be just the same. I'd just turn my feet this way and I'd haul the mail that way. Mm-hmm. You know, but for me, running, taking off on to my right just feels natural. Plus, I like that opening over there.
Yeah.
The new Ruger LCP Max. It's an LCP, but it holds a lot more ammo, 10 rounds. And what's cool about it is it's not even very much bigger. So it can be a very nice option for a very small carry gun. We appreciate Ruger's support.
As a trainer, I like to teach movement while shooting or during the draw. A lot of people do. So most people teach taking a big step off the X, which is the attack line, before they shoot. Well, that big step wouldn't have helped Gib in this scenario. Gib really needed to get out of the way because the bad guy was barreling down. So my advice to him was turn his feet, think about where he's going, time the bad guy's movements, draw, explode, move. You can practice this out on an outdoor range if you have a little bit of room to move like this. The first thing you want to do is think about the threat coming at you. When do I want to move so that he doesn't track me too well? So he gets a little too close, my feet change, I make my explosive steps off the X, the gun comes out, and I make my shots. The last thing you should think about while you're doing this is where your feet land. If you end up like I did just now, with one foot planted and one toe just touching the ground, don't worry about that. Don't get into a shooting stance before you shoot. Take the shots from where you land.
First Person Defender, brought to you by Surefire, GunDealio.com, and Ruger.
Media projectors from the top.
Gib is on the job and comes across another problem. How does this one end? Is he ready, even if there's more to deal with?
This is kind of like going to be where the main stuff happens.
All right.
So I'm thinking, you know, like this, that hallway there goes all the way through, and it works its way across the back. Hey,
What are y'all doing in here, man?
what are you get? This is
know
the
this
first
guy?
thing we're gonna
No.
So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna secure this building.
No worries, man. No, look, don't call the cops on me.
Just get
okay?
out, go, go.
No worries, dude.
Hey,
fast.
we got a guy back here. What are you doing? Drop it! Hey, get out! Get out. Chris, let's get out the front of the building. Come on, let's go. Move. We don't know who else is in here.
Index, index, index. So tell me what happened here.
So we're walking the building this time, coming through, just checking all the rooms, looking to see what the condition of the building is for some reconstruction. As we came out in this open area, we caught a guy just basically walking out. It really didn't seem to be, didn't fit, that's for sure. You didn't know who he was.
No.
So as you start getting out, I look across you and I can see a guy coming out of the back room. And it's pretty obvious he's armed or has some type of weapon. Whether it was a bat, a gun, I couldn't really see it at first. As he started to draw that weapon down, I don't know if I took a step to the side or not, but you were almost dead in between us. And I did not have a super clean shot to start with, and it probably cost me a little bit there. After I drew my gun, I'm pretty sure I screamed at him to either put it down or put it away. I screamed something. And I opened fire. At that point, he's pointing at me. I actually got hit once. I think clearing you out of the middle is something I may have done fairly well.
Super important, man.
Yeah.
Super important.
But probably continuing into the room and walking with that guy was probably a big mistake.
He didn't pose an immediate threat. His
No.
hands were free.
I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable having him in here to begin with.
Right, I don't either.
So-
it's not supposed to be here.
And then as soon as I caught movement out of the back thing, knowing there's a guy in here that doesn't belong, if I did strip my weapon, that's because whether he was a threat or not, I wasn't going to give him the opportunity if I could avoid it.
So what are you going to tell all of our friends and your family when you go home?
I'm going to definitely tell them that I learned a lot and I made mistakes on things I already know, and that's why it's important to keep up with the training. Going for a day with me to learn how to shoot or to do a couple things like that isn't enough. It just isn't.
Hey, thanks for watching First Person Defender. Did you know there are more ways to follow what Gun Talk's doing? Like guntalk.com, gundealio.com, the Gun Talk podcasts, and the Gun Talk email newsletter. Follow us, interact with us. Thanks for watching.